Designated as Project Eldest Son, the plan involved the planting of sabotaged rounds into the VC and NVA storage depots. The majority of the rounds would be 7.62mm for use in the ubiquitous AK-47 in use by the guerrillas. Their powder charge would be replaced by a much more potent explosive that increased the chamber pressure from 45,000 psi to well over 250,000, far too high for an AK to handle, causing catastrophic failure. This was also done with the 12.7mm rounds for use in heavy machine guns, as well as mortar rounds. In all, around 12,000 of these cartridges were made, as well as a reported 2,000 sabotaged mortar shells. When on their infiltration missions, the operators would leave the tainted rounds sometimes in ammo caches and sometimes leaving the rounds on the bodies of guerrillas, hoping they would be recovered. They had to make sure they planted the rounds sparingly with no more than a single round per magazine. Any more, and there would be a risk that the faulty ammunition would be discovered, rendering the operation invalid. At the same time, rumors were spread of defects in Chinese-made weapons and ammunition. Documents that were made to resemble official reports made mention of weapon failures due to poor manufacturing processes. And the Armed Forces Radio, which was monitored by North Vietnamese forces, issued bulletins urging Americans not to use captured weapons, as their shoddy quality could lead to catastrophic failures, which only added to the confusion. The main goal of the project was not to necessarily kill or wound, but to undermine the relationship between the Vietnamese and their Chinese and other Eastern Bloc allies. The fake reports and radio broadcast emphasized the, quote, poor metallurgy, unquote, of communist weapons. In 1969, the operation fell into the hands of the press, who leaked the story, undermining the effectiveness of the project. It was renamed Project Italian Green and then Project Beanpole, but was eventually abandoned. It is unknown how many rounds ended up in VC and NVA hands or what kind of damage it caused, though there were reports of the confidence of Vietnamese forces